Hey, what's going on? This is Michael from Modern Musician. In this video, we're going to walk through your funnel accelerator so that you can track your overall funnel metrics and significantly increase your profit. I geek out about this stuff. This is my jam. I was a weird kid in high school that liked math. So when we look at the spreadsheets, we get all this stuff set up. I feel like a radioactive robot. That this tool is going to be one of the most valuable tools in your entire music career when it comes to your marketing, to really be able to keep track of your metrics and where you're at, to know how things are going so that you can grow and make more of a profit, reach more people. It's like looking for your keys in a pitch black stadium. If the lights are off and you're looking for your keys, it could take you a very long time to actually ever find the keys, if ever. Whereas if you just turn the light on, instantly you can see, oh, the keys are right over there, and you can just walk over and grab the keys. Keeping track of your metrics, if you don't do it, if you don't know, what you should be keeping track of with your business, then it feels overwhelming and confusing. You don't know how well things are going or what's really working for you. Whereas when you have this, you have this clarity where you just know exactly how well things are working. It gives you a finger on the pulse of your business, and gives you a lot more confidence and security of just like being able to know week by week exactly how well things are going so you can keep growing. This is really at the core of being able to grow your music career using marketing and paid traffic, is understanding what's your cost per acquisition and your value per acquisition. And this metrics tracker is basically going to show you exactly what those numbers are. Part of the reason that I'm doing this free course is because I'm looking for new artists to mentor personally. The goal is to build a profitable funnel that allows you to focus on your music full time so that you can wake up every day with messages from new fans who are discovering your music, who are genuinely enjoying it, and you don't have to rely on just the same friends, fans, and family to listen to your music. My band Paradise Fears, we went from a point where we lived in our van to releasing an album that hit #2 on iTunes and touring worldwide with about 24 million streams on Spotify without a record label, independently. When I started my family about 5 years ago, I was kind of like a basketball player who became a coach. I started this business, Modern Musician, to be able to coach and help other artists to be able to build a successful music career. In the past year alone, our artists have generated over 96 million streams with their music. They've hit $2.6 million in revenue from their music. And we had an artist whose album hit #1 as a singer-songwriter on iTunes as an independent artist. So if you're interested, you can submit an application to work directly with me and my team. We have about 29 coaches now. They really enjoy using all these tools and basically helping to build these systems for you. We do have a limited number of spots that we can work with. And so we have to be really selective with who we bring into the program. Right now, we bring in about 800 applications per month and narrow it down to about 25 to 30 artists to work with. In order to be qualified, really the three main requirements are that one, you need to be at a point that you've already recorded at least one high quality song that you feel proud of, that you're ready to promote. It doesn't have to be released. It needs to be at high enough quality that can be competitive. Requirement #2 is that you need to have a healthy budget to be able to invest into your music career. And we're going to be using a lot of really awesome tools and running different types of campaigns. And so my recommendation would be to have at least $1,000 per month, like minimum, that you can invest into creating a profitable music career. So it's something that you need to be serious about, like actually pursuing this full time. Requirement #3 is that you need to be coachable, willing to take action really quickly, and to do what we guide you to do. And if you think that you might be a good fit, you can submit an application. If you make it to the next step in the selection process, then one of our talent scouts will get on a strategy session with you to learn more about your situation, your goals, and your challenges, and see if we would be a good fit, and to create a custom game plan for you based on your music and based on your situation. All right, so your funnel accelerator is going to look a little bit like this. In this Google Sheet, it's basically going to break down all of the most important metrics that you want to keep track of in your fan funnel that we've launched for you. At the top here, we have all of your ad metrics. So this is basically going to be your budget spent, how much money are you spending per week on ads, how many impressions are you getting, which basically means how many people are you reaching and how many times are your ads actually being seen. Unique link clicks basically means how many people have clicked on your video to actually watch it. And conversation started means how many people have you actually started a conversation with in their inbox. So one thing that's really cool is in the ads manager, if you come in here, you can click on this part that says columns, and you can customize the columns and delete everything and just include the ones that you're looking for here. So budget, impressions, unique link clicks, and message conversation started. And you can save it as a preset and call it super awesome fundamental campaign. That's such a bad dad joke. Basically, that's going to show you those specific metrics on a weekly basis. You can come in, you can fill these in manually. There's a whole beefed up version with all of the other funnels and other different offers that we build out for our clients. But within the free course, really what we focused on was this acquisition funnel, which is really taking someone from a new listener to actually becoming a fan and joining your street team. Really the two main parts of this that you're gonna wanna focus on are the ads and the acquisition part of it. What this is gonna do is it's gonna show you specifically how many people did you start having conversation with, and from there, how many people clicked on your street team funnel. So how many people went through the process where they clicked to listen to the music, and how many of them actually listened for 30 seconds to unlock the free gift? How many of them said they enjoyed the song? And how many of those people ended up joining the street team? That's pretty cool, because that's gonna show you in a nutshell how well your funnel's converting. And when you come in here and look at the conversation to fan rate, that's gonna show you overall how well are you converting new listeners, new fans into subscribers who join your street team. One cool thing that we built into the Funnel Accelerator is at the bottom, if you scroll down, you can actually see that we've calculated based on all of the different metrics, what's your cost per acquisition, what's your value per acquisition. So the cost per fan, the value per fan. And again, this is probably like the most important two numbers that you need to know whether you can scale your campaign, whether it's profitable or not. So we just calculate those for you automatically based on your numbers. And the last thing that I wanna walk through specifically when it comes to the Funnel Accelerator is the split testing process. Because this is hands down one of the most important processes that you need to dial in order to build a profitable funnel for your music career. Split testing basically means you have two different versions of the same thing and you see which one's converting better. So for example, one split test that you might run is you could have two different songs that you're sending to new fans, and you're basically gonna see how well is each of these converting. And maybe you find out that one of your songs, everyone loves that song, and 70% of people are listening to it and enjoying it. And then one of the other songs, 20% of people, maybe only 20% of people are actually enjoying it. Then if you just decide, okay, cool, based on that, I'm just gonna send everyone to this song to start out with, then that would increase your funnel profitability by over 2.5 times, just because that one shift they made early on. So it's really important to be able to run split tests like that. You can also try different ads and see which ads are working best. The process I recommend doing on a weekly basis, we have something called the target dartboard. The idea is that you wanna aim for the bullseye, but it's pretty rare that you'll hit the bullseye, but you definitely will. But it's not like every single dart you throw, you're gonna hit the bullseye, but it's good to aim for, right? So that's like what these metrics. If you just knocked it out of the park, what would the conversion rate be? What would the results be based on that? Then good is basically if you threw the dart and it didn't quite hit the bullseye, but hit close to it, right? And this is kind of your stretch goal. That's the good area. And then the minimum is if you threw the dartboard and you kind of missed a little bit, but it hit the edge of the dartboard, and at least you're on the dartboard, what would that number look like? And so on a weekly basis, my recommendation would be to come in here and basically look at these metrics and decide, okay, based on my total or based on my last week, what's a good target here that I want to shoot for minimum, good, or bullseye? What's one thing that I want to split test to try to improve to see if I can get this from 4% to 5% or 6%? I wonder what would happen if my click-through rate, instead of 6%, it was 10%. Just like my ad was just kicking butt. Then you can see that by increasing that by 4%, you've added 800% to your return on ad spend, right? And even if you just increase this by 1%, that adds 200% to your return on ad spend, which is insane. It's really helpful just to look at these different numbers and to project and to see, man, if all I do is increase this, if I split test enough to get this up 1%, here's the kind of impact that it makes. If 1 week you realize, man, my minimum was 4%, and all of a sudden I hit 0%, and what's happening here? Why is my click-through rate at 0? Then that's gonna really quickly make you aware of where something might be broken. So in your funnel, maybe there's a tech issue or something's broken, then you wanna know that ASAP, or else you might be spending a lot of money without, and it's just going down the hole. Especially when you're getting to a point where you're spending thousands of dollars or tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars per month on ads, then you want to make sure that it's not just going to an empty bucket, that it's actually that it's all working correctly. So super important to keep track of these things on a weekly basis. Hopefully this is helpful for you. I know this is kind of geeky stuff, but I think this is probably one of the most important things that you can really stay focused on in order to grow your music career, specifically with this type of marketing funnel. So real quick, I want to walk through the different types of funnels that we recommend building. One is the acquisition funnel. So this is really the one that we focused on throughout this free course. This is taking new listeners and turning them into actual fans and subscribers of your street team. The second type of funnel is your activation funnel. So this is basically once people join your community, what are you doing to actually activate them and to get them excited and a part of the community? So in this case, we recommend talking about getting them to register for a show. I think it's one of the most engaging things you can do is to actually play a live show for your fans, whether it's live or whether it's online. Number 3 is your engagement funnel. So this basically means how good of a job are you doing of actually engaging them? And so in this case, we're talking about someone who registers for the show, actually attending the show and enjoying it, and booking a call with you personally. So this is one of those meet and greet calls. Number 4 is the monetization funnel. So in this case, it's really about taking someone from engagement, you provided a lot of value, you've connected with them, and now monetizing it and providing even more value in exchange for an offer. So in this case, we recommend focusing on the call booked to diamond purchased level. And the reason that we recommend focusing on those metrics specifically is because even if someone doesn't buy your diamond offer, you getting on a call with them and connecting personally and going through that in-tune process is one of the best, most valuable uses of your time. And even if they don't get the diamond offer, they're way more likely to get one of the other lower ticket offers. It's going to help you to really hone your craft and get better at presenting these offers. It's going to get you connected with your fans and making a personal relationship with them. But ultimately, if all you do is focus on optimizing those main parts of the funnel, the rest of it's going to take care of itself, and you're going to be providing a ton of value for those people that go all the way through. Yeah, hopefully it's helpful just to kind of see like how these all break down in terms of the metrics and the system overall. And the last thing to do here for this video training is to create your funnel accelerator. So you can duplicate the template. My recommendation would be to start filling it out once per week. I hope it's super valuable. If you found this video valuable, if you could do me a favor and smash the like button, subscribe, then that lets the algorithms know that this is valuable for you and that you want more. Otherwise, if you'd like to cut to the chase and want to save as much time as possible, then there's a masterclass that we created called the Modern Musician Masterclass. It's about 2 hours long that literally summarizes all of the entire free course into about 2 hours of action-packed, valuable nuggets of wisdom. And it walks through the 5 steps to explode your fan base and make a profit with your music online. Really the main requirement is that you have at least one song that you've already recorded, that you feel proud of, that you're ready to share with new fans, whether it's been released or not. In that training, we're going to give you a bunch of resources and tools that help you to build your fan funnel, along with a spreadsheet for tracking your metrics. And we'll walk through the top 4 offers that we recommend making so that you can generate your first $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 per month or beyond with your music career. Ultimately, I think it's just going to save you a ton of time, money, and energy. We've invested over $738,000 in the past year alone to learn what's working best right now for independent musicians. And you're going to be able to learn in like 2 hours everything that I've learned in the last 11 years. You also learn how to avoid the most common mistakes that the majority of artists are making nowadays. If that sounds interesting to you, then click on the description below where it says join the masterclass. I hope this has been helpful. And in the next video, we're going to walk through how to create your starter pack so you actually have something that you can offer for sale to your fans. Yeah!